We will be using the SimUText electronic textbook for this course. This is the required text for the course, so everybody will need to buy a copy of it. Once you follow the directions and buy your copy, you will need to download the software. You can download the software on as many computers as you want and access your book off of all of them. You'll have to log in each time, and that gives you access to your material. Now, let's take a look at what the book looks like and some of the features that are available in it. When you are working with the textbook, the basic format is that the left side of your reading pane has the actual text for it, and on the right side is typically going to be pictures or animations or simulations, which we'll see in a moment. One of the features that this has that is similar to a standard paper text is that it allows you to do things like highlighting. So if I go and highlight a section of text and hit that, it will highlight it for me. There's also a tab that forms here, and that tab will allow me to take notes. So you can record information of any kind that you want. And hit save. You'll notice down here I've got another section that is already highlighted here. So I've taken that. It's got a note associated with it. So if I click that, it will show me what that note is. I can page through the text normally. If I've already gone through it and I want to look back and find other sections I've highlighted, if I hit the notes section, you can see it gives me a list of both of those notes, and you'll notice there's another one down here where it's got my highlighted section, and if I click on the page number, it takes me automatically right over to there. Now in this case, you'll notice that we've got not just an image over here, but we have a simulation. And as you're going through, there are ways that you can run the simulations. It will get collected data for you, and as you go through, it will ask questions about you or about what you've done there for you to fill in. In some cases, the questions are just filling in information. You can see here we've got a multiple choice. In this case here, it's asking you to do some calculations and figure out a certain amount of information. For many of these, if you put in an answer, you can have it check to see if you've done things correctly. In this case, if I check my answer here at 21%, you'll notice that it says I'm wrong. So for many of these in-text questions, it will give you automatic feedback so you can see how you're doing. In the end of each chapter, it has a set of graded questions, and these you will not get the answers to immediately. In many cases, these are going to be multiple choice questions. For some of the chapters, there are open-ended questions that you would fill in and write in the text. When we get closer to exams, I will go through and look at these and give you feedback. If there are particular questions people are having trouble with, I can see that in my, because the information is recorded electronically, I can see that and go over some of these topics again. If people are having difficulty in the open-ended questions, I can give you feedback directly through the textbook. Some other things that are part of the text, there is a glossary just like you would find in any paper text. You can look up various aspects of what you're dealing with in the glossary if you're having trouble with some of the terminology. There are extensions, and this is supplemental information. In some cases we will specifically talk about this. In other cases it's just there if you want to look at it. Some people prefer to have a paper copy. This allows you to print out a copy. So when you hit the print button down there under the Go To menu, it might take a moment, but it will load it up in your browser, and it's now in a print view. If I go over and hit the print button in here, in this case in Chrome, when I hit print, it gives me the option of saving it as a PDF. So if I go ahead and hit save, it will allow me to save this document as a PDF. At least hopefully it will. And then if I want to, I can go ahead and print it later, or I could put it into another e-reader or some other format, and it now has all of the pictures as well as the text. It won't, of course, allow you to do the simulations. So these are some of the features. We will be utilizing this text. There will be some supplemental information, but basically this is what will be the backup to all of the lecture material.